Hey everyone, welcome to Review Radar. In this video I will show you how to fix high RAM, memory, CPU and disk usage on Windows 10 or 11. So firstly, before doing anything, let's go to our control panel and make sure that the first and very obvious thing is enabled for us. So what you want to do is you need to copy this line over here that I will post in the video description. Paste it into the command line as administrator, press enter and make sure that the Ultimate Performance Power Plan is installed to your PC. This will basically help you with your PC using all of the available resources so that when you're playing video games or just doing some productivity work, so that all of your RAM and CPU and GPU resources are used properly, so something is not overused or underused, and the power plan is the first and the most obvious solution for that. So just make sure to enable this in the command line. After you've done it, go to Hardware and Sound, Power Options, and make sure to set the Ultimate Performance Power Plan as the active power plan. Also, the small tip, if you do not want your display to be turned off automatically, go here, choose when to turn off the display, and make sure to set both of these to never. Alright, so the next solution for our various problems that might occur is going to be disabling the unnecessary services. As you can see, I have quite a lot of processes running, but my CPU utilization is still extremely low, from 1 to 3%. It jumps and spikes up sometimes because I'm recording through OBS. But in general, you want to make sure that you do not have any trash applications installed while you're playing the games or doing some productivity work. For example, you're editing something in a video editing program or you're editing photos in Photoshop. You want to make sure that in your processes count you have as less processes running as possible. So just scroll down and see for any unnecessary stuff running in the background and just go ahead and end the process by pressing this End Task button. Also go to the startup and make sure that the unnecessary programs that are loaded automatically on Windows Startup are disabled. If, for example, you just want to launch them manually, just choose the process and click Disable. And also a good application to fix the services starting up, the ones that you don't need, is going to be Autoruns. The link for this application I will leave in the video description. And in here, go to Log On and see for all of the unnecessary stuff that you don't need, and basically untick the button right over here. For example, if you don't want Google Chrome to be updating in the background, just untick this checkbox right over here and it will no longer be updating. And then after that, go to Schedule Tasks, and in here also make sure to turn off all of the unnecessary stuff that you don't need. For example, this Adobe process that I don't need, and all the stuff that you just don't require launching at the startup of your operating system. Also, you can go to the services and make sure to disable the unnecessary services. So these services will not be the Windows services. You can easily disable these if you want. So for example, anti-cheat for video games, update of Windows Edge, for example. Actually, I don't need this, I will disable it. You might want to leave the services that are required to play video games, for example, Epic Online Services. This is going to be our video game launcher, so you might want to not touch this. But in general, just unnecessary stuff, disable it all. Now also you want to use the CPU Unpack application to unpack your cores so that your cores and your processor is always working at its maximum performance. Of course, if you're using the laptop, you might not want to use this application because this will make sure that most or all of your resources are used. So if you're on a desktop PC, this is the best thing to use. So choose the power plan. We have created a Ultimate Performance Power Plan and it's now active, and just drag this slider onto the very right, or just click on Unpack All, Apply, and exit out of the application. This will make sure that your CPU is optimized and running at its best performance. Also, it's going to be a good idea to optimize and defragmentate your drives. So open up this optimized drive, just search for this exact word in your Windows search, and then just open up this application. This is the inbuilt native Windows application, and depending on whether you have a solid state drive or the hard disk drive, you just want to basically optimize your drives. You might want to do this every now and then, not too often. I would recommend doing it as often as anywhere from 7 days to once a month. So every 7 days or once a month. I'm doing it every 7 days to make sure that my SSD drives, which is this solid state drive, is optimized and running at its best. So to do that, just choose your drive, click optimize, and if you have a hard drive, just click analyze, or you can just click the optimize button right from the start. As you can see, my hard disk is okay, it's not fragmented, and it's running well, so I don't need to defragment it. But if in your case, if you will have more than 15% of fragmentation, you should, of course, always optimize your HDD. So just click optimize, and this is going to be my last tip on optimizing your system. Hopefully this helps you guys. If it did, leave a comment, press the like button, and subscribe to our channel for more optimizing videos like this one, and I'll see you in the next one.